Well, let me tell you about a trip a time ago. I was going there to run a cold-blooded show. When I was there, I saw some people jamming too. They called themselves the Barn Hill Crew. Dr. Ice, Romeo, and Master E. All of the Barn Hill Crew rapping to a T. I asked them, could they rock with me? I forget the rest, but that was it, y'all, you know? Well, little did I know that this voice, this rap would take me across the world. Little did I know that this rap would give me a chance and opportunity to meet greats like Dr. Maya Angelou or Harry Belafonte. Little did I know that I would get a chance, that I would get an opportunity to rap in front of the president. This voice that I have found, something I love to do. Little did I know that this voice would take me here to TSU to speak to you all. But I had found my voice. I had found something that I was passionate about and I love to do. And nobody had to tell me, man, this is your dream. This was something that was inside of me. There's something inside of you that you want to do. Don't hide from it. Know that it's there. Acknowledge it. Listen to that voice. Find it and live it. Well, I found my voice, as I said, and I felt really good about how my raps were making my friends feel, so I just kept doing it. And I kept doing it. And I knew that this was my dream, to become a hip-hop artist and a hip-hop star. And even when you find your path and find your voice will keep developing. Your path will keep developing. I didn't know I would become an actor. I didn't know I would take the opportunities to be able to come speak to you all. These are all things that you develop on your path. But you first find something that you love and it just keeps evolving. And it keeps evolving and it keeps growing. So I found my path, yes. But finding your path is only the beginning to greatness. Finding your path is only the beginning. After finding your path, you have to believe in your path. You have to believe in your path. You realize anything that you think becomes. When you really think something, it becomes into fruition. So, as much as I was feeling like, man, I'm this MC and a rapper, and I went on, as I said, to pursue my dreams and to start making albums, and I released albums starting in 1992. I started releasing albums, and I came out with songs that people would say, hey man, this dude is like what Rich just played. Like, I used to love it. They would say songs like, yo, that's a classic. But little did I know, inside I don't think I really believed in myself yet. I was making songs that people were like, yeah, this is good and this is classic, but I hadn't really believed in myself. Because when you believe in yourself, it's like you have no doubt that you are great. You have no doubt. It doesn't matter what anybody says to you. It doesn't matter what accolades you get or how much your record sales are, or, you know, what your score was on this test, because you know you will do better the next time. Or when you believe in yourself, you believe in you. Every morsel, every amount of your body and your spirit and your mind believes. And belief is very important, because what you think is what you are. And when you put that belief into your path, things start happening. Well, I have a quote that I like to say I've got from Nelson Mandela. He used it in a speech. And it deals with belief, because I think in many ways, sometimes we're afraid to wear our greatness. Sometimes we're afraid to wear our greatness. And what I mean by that is we all have a light within us. We all have light in us. And sometimes you can allow anything or anyone to dim your light. And you shouldn't. Why should we? This is your light. God has given you that light. And it's for you. It's special for you. And me. The light. Anyway, that was kind of corny, but it was still fun. But this light is given to you. It's inside of you. And you should never dim it. You take that light, you put it right on the lampstand and let it shine. And when you believe in yourself, you're not afraid to go anywhere and just show who you are, express who you are. because you believe in what you're doing. Well, this quote I got from Nelson Mandela, it deals with that in many ways, because it talks about, you know, what I said about us being afraid to wear our greatness. This is the quote. Our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. Your playing small does not serve the world. Well, if you're afraid to wear your greatness, you're playing small. You're not taking the light that God has given you and using it in the way that it should be used. And I was a victim of that. And the way I found that out really was I was in a relationship. I was in a relationship with Erykah Badu. Y'all know Erykah, right? Windows C. Yeah, I know Windows C too, realistically, so I was in a relationship and I was very much in love. And during that relationship, we broke up. And during the breakup, it was a true heartbreak. Like I really was outside of myself. I was down. And at that time, I had to examine myself and say, what's the issue? What's the problem? Because, you know, I knew it was some lesson in it. Well, at that time, I found out that I was willing to play second fiddle. I was willing to dim my light for other people. And it wasn't just a situation that happened in that relationship. It was a continuous pattern that I looked at within myself and I seen it happen. And that's when I realized I wasn't really believing in myself, because when you believe in yourself, you're able to walk with no fear. You can be in a relationship with no fear, like, hey, this is who I am, I'm gonna express this. You can go into a room with no fear, no matter what fraternity or sorority is around. You could go into a room you could be sitting next to Jesus, Prince, and Michael Jordan, and you feeling great. Because you realize that greatness is in you and you believe in yourself. Well, I wasn't at that point yet. And I realized that. And during that breakup, it helped a whole lot. I got to examine myself and see that loving yourself is one of the most important things you can do. Loving yourself is one of the most important things you can do. And I actually started writing the children's books about loving yourself because I felt it's important for us to be reminded of that. It's important that children know we have to love ourselves, but it's important to us as young adults, as adults, to say, hey, I have to love myself. Because when you love yourself, you're able to believe in yourself too. So I started loving myself more, and I started believing in myself. Started believing in my path, right? And another person who helped this situation at the time was my boy Kanye. Yeah, because Kanye, I was around Kanye and he was working on his album College Dropout, and we were working on my album, and he would have listening sessions for the journalists. And Kanye, you know, he has no trouble with belief in himself. Y'all know that, right? Well, during these listening sessions, he would play his music, and during the time he would play it, he would hop up on the table and rap his songs, and, you know, he's just rapping them and sweating and just feeling it. And at a certain point, it was like songs that I didn't even like, I started liking just because he believed in it. Belief is contagious. When you believe in yourself, other people start believing, but it starts with you. Well, watching Kanye do his thing, it just reinforced that if I believe in what I'm doing, what I want to happen will happen. All the things that I want to happen will happen in due time. So, at a certain point, I started believing in what I was doing, point blank. And we worked on the album B, and we got it together, and at that time, I would have my listening sessions. And I ain't hop up on the table, but I would let the journalists know, look, this is classic right here. This is hip-hop right here. You're going to enjoy this music, and this is great. And it felt good to not be afraid to say that. It felt good to just be able to be myself, free, like a child just believing in themselves and not having to worry about man, how's this person gonna feel if I say that I'm great? Or how's this person gonna feel if I play my music and it feels good to me and I enjoy it? It's okay to love yourself. And if other people feel offended, then that's their issue, not yours. So I'm believing in myself. Things are going great. 2005, I get my first audition where I really got a role, and it was called Smoking Aces. Yeah.